What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld, and what you can see right there is that we were able to achieve a 93 overall. I'm going to explain to you guys how we did it because many of you guys were leaving comments like, yo, Gmia, you got 93 offense and a 93 defense. Why is your overall 92? Pretty much some of you guys got the, the right answer to the question. The special teams are involved with your overall. So let me just go down and break it down to you what's been going on with the squad, what the future holds for us, and what we're looking forward to in the Harvest promo. And maybe many of you guys will be looking forward towards the same things as we continue to grow our teams up to a 99 overall. So look, this is what happened, right? I had to adjust a couple things because Lane Johnson, with the power run, obviously he gets the 89 overall. When you only, I think only have like, what is that, 17? But the 15 gets him that, right? Joe Thomas needs additional strength, one more strength to get 95. I'm not going to go through the hassle of getting 5, Cleveland Brown players to get him that extra strength. But pretty much what happens is when you have the brawler gives them +1 right now where they are right now. So +1 strength generally gives the entire O-line, pretty much they always get that +1 for the most part. Joe Thomas is being difficult. He wants, it might be because of whatever reason, bro. Like, they just don't want to give it to him right now, whatever. It doesn't matter. But even added the speed and the acceleration doesn't give him that 95 overall. Well, minus in the acceleration. Still didn't give it to him. I thought, the extra speed would do something. Doesn't do anything. Okay, he just stays at a 94 chilling, but everybody else goes up. So what we did was we adjusted a few things. Jerry Rice, we added him. I got his power up. We added Sprinter to him. We added to go deep. We had to adjust that. Bo Jackson, we updated. We gave him power run as well to get him as a 90 overall. Larry Allen, obviously he played for the 49ers, so we went back, got his power up, but we had to take away power run from him in order to make Lane Johnson play better. Because Lane Johnson sucks. But that's not what this is about. He'll get an upgrade and be better, but for now, everybody hates this guy, but he just can't leave your team. Because I'm not gonna waste time on running it. I told you guys this several times. You gotta be patient with certain things because rushing to go and get the theme diamond from the Eagles, it's not gonna benefit us when I know in the Harvest we're gonna get a better right tackle. So I'm just sitting back and chilling out, all right? So Larry Allen, we had to sacrifice him and take away his power run to give him go deep. And then Joe Staley, we got to power up also to also add to our 49ers chem, okay? Because the 49ers chem is what gets Randy Moss to a 95. Terrell Owens is kind of souped up as well. So we have 25 of those players, okay? With that being said, once all of that happened and I was able to adjust my punter to just an 85 from the rookie that we had from the 49ers, because the 49ers only has a rookie punter. Once we got rid of him and added a real punter, which I'm going to show you in a second, everything went back up because he was like a 70 something and the guy that I got, I think he's like an 85. Chris Jones, he's an 85. So that immediately brought everything back up. Okay, so that's just the point of order right there to kind of give you an idea of what's going on with the general defense. The general special teams and how it influenced us getting to a 93 overall. Because like I said, as we gradually progress, we're going to start to add different chemistries to our team and put the best players in the position, to obviously make us a better team, but not only based on the players overall, but how they play for us. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to make sure, because I could have picked a lot of different running backs, but I really, really like Saquon Barkley with the way that he plays in the game, so he works for me, and that's pretty much it for our team, right? That's how we have to do it. Now, getting him to a 93, you can see right there, we had to give him back Sprinter, and then we had to add power run to him. Why is that necessary for a guy like this guy? All right, let me explain. When you give him Brawler and you take away his Excel, he was the guy that I immediately noticed that it was bad. Like, you was like, all right, this guy ain't moving. He's moving like a straight sloth. Yeah, that's what was happening to him. So we had to go back and put Sprinter on this guy, all right, because it was very, very necessary. The skill players, I'm going to stress this to you again, for those of you guys that are still inquiring about Brawler versus Sprinter, you do not want to put Brawler on your skilled players. That's point blank period. You do not want to do it. Just don't do it. Don't do it ever. All right. And then everything will work out for you in the long run. Because if you do decide to put Brawler on your skilled players, you will notice an immediate loss of the way that they move. Randy Moss, Tyreek Hill, all these guys was moving around like idiots. So I had to go back, get the 90% back, lose 2,400 training points, and put it back. But guess what? I told you guys that I would experiment for you. and I did it. So whatever, it is what it is. But getting him to a 93, you're gonna need the John Madden coach, all right, up to the physical chem tier. You're gonna need power run, you're gonna need sprinter. All right, those are the things you're gonna need right now to get that done. And you only need power run up to like 15 players. I got 17, but it's not necessary. These are the key factors that raise the overall. Randy Moss with the 49ers chem and John Madden coach and everything else I just mentioned, and the sprinter chem. Those things is what gets him to this level. So you got to understand, when Randy Moss lost all of his acceleration, he was playing like straight garbage. And it's very, very obvious, like, when you start getting pressed, and we've been talking about this, after the most recent title update, dudes get pressed into the ground and their eye sockets pop out like a cartoon. It's fine. I'm not really worried about it, but at the end of the day, you have to make sure that when they finally get off the press, that the acceleration kicks in. Because once it's lower, you know, like when it was 91 when I had him with Brawler, he wasn't moving after he got off the press. He would just stand there for a little bit and be an idiot. Now he's moving again like Randy Moss. So that you know, whole addition, plus he goes from a 94 to a 95. Those are key additions. When you look, I don't really care about this guy Torrey Hull, he's garbage. When you go over here to Tyreek Hill, he and what is this guy's name? Terrell Owens is also the same overall, but you can see with this guy, we're getting 98 speed, 97 excel. I know his catching is garbage, and I don't know why EA did that to him, but we get him up to an 85 catching threshold, which is fine. Overall, with his card by itself, if you don't power it up, it's not going to play like a superstar. So just know that you need to do what you have to do to get him powered up. All right, just definitely check that out. As far as those other things go, like I said, with the additional players, adding to Jerry Rice and stuff like that, that's what was able to get me to be able to transfer out the rookie puncher from the 49ers and keep the 25 49ers chem and make the team continue to keep their overalls up. You know, we have Delaney Walker, we have George Kittle, we have things that are in place. And like I said, these boosts are tremendous to the O-line as well with the power run. All right, adding that, you know, and also with the Brawler, adding the strength. Now, defensively, Deion Sanders took a hit when we went Brawler. Why? Because he's a fast player and he needs to be able to move like a fast player. So when I took away his excel, the dude was garbage and he was getting burnt deep for 6. And it turned me on. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, I was like, yeah, whatever, do more to me. But again, I had to fix it because it doesn't make any sense. Why am I having this guy who was arguably, well, I don't want to argue with anyone, but I think he's the best corner to ever. I think he changed the game, bro. They may have been corners out. This dude was a true lockdown corner though. But let's just get back to the point, right? You want him moving around like Deion, okay? You want him to be able to catch up even after he's burnt by 15 yards, because he actually did that. Check out on YouTube his highlights, you'll be able to see it. But he plays so much different when you do that, when you take away his acceleration with Brawler. So obviously putting him back with Sprinter and giving him his speed and his acceleration back, he gets his 95 overall. Everything is good. There's no issues. Denzel Ward's still good. Everybody else stayed the same. Troy Polamalu actually elevated because when I move him from strong safety, okay, to free safety, you can see that, you know, he loses a +1 overall. All right. When I added the Sprinter back to him and took off Brawler, it raised it by 1. So he went up to a 94. He's chilling right now. His numbers are looking pretty grisly. 94 zone coverage. I would like for that 95 tier to happen, but I would have to go John Madden coach for the defense. And I don't want to take away from rushing, and I don't want to take away from passing to do it because it's going to affect everything else as far as overalls. Ray Lewis stays with the Brawler. That additional strength helps him get to that 95. Similar with Ryan Shazier, helps him get to that 93 overall. Okay, so it's certain, everything has to work together. Okay, for players like Aaron Donald, you do not want to give him Sprinter because, like, you see these guys, Linval Joseph never plays a snap for me. Alan Page plays fast, so it's fine for him. And Julius Peppers, obviously, he's a he's a sub linebacker. He's a very, very fast rush edge rusher, so he's fine with it because, like, strength is not really his forte anyway. But a guy like Aaron Donald, you don't really want to bother it. Now, he does lose out on getting the +2 speed, but he just throws everybody out of his way because he has 90s everywhere, okay? Everything that he has, straight 90s. Power move, block shed, finesse move, like everything is ridiculous. So those things are very, very good in his situation because he doesn't have any issues getting off any block. So you don't want to affect the strength value of him by, obviously giving him Sprinter. So we leave him as part of the players that get Sprinter as well. And when you look at the overall defense and the way things have been changed, you now see that I had to keep certain players with Brawler as opposed to giving everybody Brawler. And then you see, obviously, with the level that we're at with it, you're pretty much just getting the strength. It wouldn't be an issue for me to go ahead and add 2 more players and give them speed, but I would have to change up the way that I have it. I'm using the secondary player, you know, the new update, to where you can make a free safety, a strong safety with specific players. So I switched Palomalu to be a free safety, and I activated it here, which all of you guys can do as well if you want. But what that does is it takes away the opportunity of having another free safety there that I can add something else to that I'm not going to use and, you know, influence the rest of the team. So pretty much he's in 2 spots because he's the backup strong safety and he's this. So I could always go get another strong safety and just put him in the lineup and then just have him there just to have him there and add other things to him to kind of, you know, assist with the Brawler getting that other speed back in. But is it that big of a deal right now? Probably not. Maybe later on, once we start to, you know, advance the team a little bit more and I need a little bit more oomph to the squad and I have to add somebody else there, then I'll put somebody else there at strong safety. But at this time, it doesn't really make any sense in my opinion to do it. So overall, you know, adding that punter with everything else that I did with the 49ers chem, the mixture of the sprinter and the Brawler, that's specifically what got us to the 93 overall. So now we all know it's going to be the same way it was last year. We're going to probably have to get the kicker and the punter to about 98 to get the 99 overall squad, because that's going to be highly influential to getting that 99 overall team. So that's pretty much how we're going to build it ultimately. If you guys have a similar setup, let me know what's going on. If you chose a different theme team, let me know what's going on. But just make sure you understand, whichever one you choose, it has to influence the overall team in order for you to get the real, you know what I'm saying, benefits from it. Otherwise, you're just playing games. You know what I'm saying? Because regardless of what 49ers are released, I got to be very, very careful with replacing these guys because they all have that impact block and lead block, except for Lane Johnson, who I'm going to rage sell. I'm going to rage sell him as soon as I get a chance. But everybody else, you got to understand, these guys have insane lead block and impact block. So that's very, very influential with the way the game is going. And even if they patch it, we still have the attributes that's going to still matter. So that's why those specific guys are there, right? You know, in my lineup right now. And then we have the 49ers with the backups, and then we get Randy Moss, we get Jerry Rice, Terrell Owens, and we have Deion Sanders. So we have so many people benefiting from the chem that it's worth it. Obviously, as everything continues to progress, maybe new power-ups are added, we'll move forward with other players in certain sets to add more 49ers, but I would not add Kyle Juszczyk over Corey or over Christian Okoye, because he doesn't have the impact block. He has the lead block, he doesn't have the impact block, he lacks the strength, he lacks so many other things. So in my opinion, he's not worth it. And then we had to add a backup tight end to add a little bit more to make sure we had everything as far as what we need. The 30 lockdown, San Francisco, sprinter, power run, and then obviously we have the Madden, physical, and all the other stuff, and then Brawler. So that's how we're a 93 overall, and we're headed towards a 99. Let me know if you're going to meet me there. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. You enjoy your day. One love, y'all.